looking less likely, although he says the administration would prefer a diplomatic solution. He was a husband, a father, and a NASCAR champ. Kyle Busch has died at just 41 years of age. On Wall Street this morning, Dow futures 331 points higher. NASDAQ futures are up 111 points. More details, srnnews.com.
If you're considering investing in precious metals, don't wait. The Iranian conflict seems to be nearing an end, and the time is now to position your retirement for massive growth. Advantage Gold is America's #1 precious metals company, and they want to send you a free gold and silver investor guide valued at $49 when you call 800-900-8000. Plus, you'll get a free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Our specialists can help you open a new account or transfer funds from an existing IRA, tax and penalty free, and show you how a gold-backed IRA can put real, tangible assets into your retirement portfolio. Markets react to news cycles, but gold has maintained its value through inflation, volatility, and economic uncertainty. When the purchasing power of the dollar declines, that's when investors turn to gold and silver. Make your move now. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Results may vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Summer starts with savings at Hurl Chevrolet GMC. Right now, get 1.9% financing for 36 months on the 26 GMC Acadia. Drive home a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 with 0% for 36 months, 2.9% for 72 months, or up to $7,000 in rebates. Plus, get $1,000 in rebates on the 2026 GMC Sierra 2500. Summer deals won't last forever. Hurry into Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland today or shop online anytime at hurlchev.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
At F&B Bank, we believe local businesses are the heart of our community. That's why we're more than just your bank. We're your neighbor, your customer, and your biggest supporter. From the corner cafe to the hardware store downtown, we're walking the same streets, shopping the same shops, and investing in the same future, yours. We're here, we're local, and we're always in your corner. F&B Bank, banking built on community, member FDIC.
With NWKS Radio News, I'm Lucas Kenny. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment, or the KDHE, has issued a do not drink order for the City of McDonald public water supply system located in Rawlins County because of the possible presence of elevated nitrate in the source water. Customers should observe a few precautions. The order took effect on May 20th and will remain in effect until the conditions that place the system at risk of nitrate contamination in excess of the MCL are resolved. In other news, the city of Colby has posted on their Facebook page regarding another popular scam that has been recently circulating in the area. Scammers will pose as the Kansas Department of Transportation, issuing traffic citations and suggesting making payments using links or QR codes. Do not click any of these links or scan any QR codes. Even just interacting with these links can lead to fraud. For more information on these local stories and others, visit nwksradio.net.
Early morning showers and storms will be moving out, replaced by high pressure from the northwest. Skies will clear out, and afternoon sunshine will warm highs into the mid to upper 60s. Breezy north-northwesterly winds at 10 to 20, gusting 25 miles per hour. Tonight we'll have increasing clouds. Winds will turn to a west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and lows will be in the mid to upper 40s. Tomorrow, we still could see some lingering showers, otherwise decreasing clouds and warmer with highs in the mid to upper 70s, south winds around 10 miles per hour, and lows in the lower 50s. High pressure over the area Sunday and for Memorial Day will lead to sunny, warm, and dry conditions. Highs will be in the upper 80s and low 90s with breezy southwesterly winds and lows in the mid 60s. Tuesday and the remainder of next week, increasing chances for multiple days with scattered showers and storms. Highs will be in the 80s, lows 50 to 55, some severe weather potential. This meteorologist Chris Schromick in the NWKS Radio Weather Center.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland, and let's get you covered. The Insurance Agency. Insurance the way it should be.
At Ray Community District Hospital and Clinic, they believe in promoting healthier living through compassionate quality care. From state-of-the-art maternity care to life-saving emergency services, their dedicated team is there for you and your family. Whether it's managing diabetes, navigating recovery, or receiving specialized treatments, they're committed to your well-being. Discover the difference a community-focused hospital can make. Visit rayhospital.org today to learn more. Ray Community District Hospital and Clinic. Your health, our priority.
If you're shopping for a banking institution, visit with Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, and Quinter, Kansas. The Equity Bank is heavily invested in local business and activities contributing in many ways back to their community. Their employees are involved with many organizations and area events. Plus, a lot of experience comes with that staff. You'll find valuable local assistance when you bank at the Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, Quinter, and other locations in Western Kansas. The Equity Bank, member FDIC.
Need a porta potty or septic pumping in Northwest Kansas? Call Topside Portables and Pumping, your local family-owned crew. They've got clean, reliable toilets for weddings, farms, and job sites, plus full septic services, RV waste, fertilizer tanks, and more. Available 24/7, because when nature calls, they answer. Call 785-728-8089. That's 728-8089. Topside Portables and Pumping. Reliable, local, clean.
Here's a bright idea. Kansas deserves fiber internet. Not just Kansas City and Wichita. Little places like Buhler. That's where we started. IdeaTech provides high-speed fiber internet to 75 communities and counting. We're working to bring fiber to as many towns in Kansas as we can. High-speed internet shouldn't just be for the big cities. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Get IdeaTech fiber internet at ideatech.com.
You ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4!
It's time for the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer.
Give me my cane. I'll show you how to play this game.
The High Plains only local sports talk show, broadcasting live on Goodlands Rocket 102.5 and video streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Covering it all from the preps to the pros.
Cowgirls hunting them, and they're finding them. Stargell with another 3.
The Blitz is presented by Pearl Chevrolet GMC, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware, and F&B Bank, along with
Pestaway LLC, Topside Portables and Pumping, Equity Bank of Hoxie, Quinter, and Grinnell, and the Insurance Agency.
Let's go to work. Michael Harris. Flowers one deep to center. Marcy's racing back. He's at the wall, and it's gone. For the second time tonight, Michael Harris goes big fly.
This ball hammered to right with some carry.
Get out of town! Ball game!
All right, for Chatfield, he's hit. Dooley jumped up to come up with a puck. Centering pass, scores! Alex Texier in Montreal, the first to score 3 against Frederick Anderson in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Shot clock at 5. Hard on the drive, spin move, falling away, one-handed shot is good. Everything going down tonight for Josh Hart.
Base hit. They will wave Moreno. Here comes Gabby. Here's the throw, and the Diamondbacks win it.
How about those Snakes last night, people? If you stayed up late enough, you could have saw that beautiful performance. I say that a little bit tongue-in-cheek. It wasn't that pretty. Had to pull it out in the end. I mean, they did beam a batter for the Rockies with the bases loaded to tie the game up, so it wasn't like it was beautiful baseball by any means, but they got it done in the end. You're saying we got a chance. 5 in a row for the D-backs now, baby. Let's go.
And that including that walk-off the other day. That was pretty nice. The come from behind from the Giants, too.
Yeah, that was nice. You're right. Yeah. Now let's tell you the Giants. Whoa, man. I'm a big Tony V fan. I mean, I love Tony Vitello, but I don't know. This ain't looking real good early on. I don't want to pull the plug yet. I think you got to give some guys some time, but it's not looking good early on when you hire a manager that has no major league experience whatsoever at the minor leagues, developmental league. He just was complete college, but it's not looking good for Tony Vitello over at the Giants right now.
Yeah, it isn't. But, I kind of feel like if you were to fire Tony Vitello, I don't think much would change. Like, I think the roster is not very good, and he's just trying to do what he can with what he has. I mean, it's not pretty for the Giants. It's been a struggle for them for quite some time.
He is just stuck with what he's got. at this point in time, does Tony V. Good Friday morning, everybody. May the 26th, a overcast and cool morning after a rainy night and thunderous night. Had some severe thunderstorms over there in east central Kansas, West Kit Carson County most of the night last night. Even had a confirmed tornado over in that area. Hope everyone's doing okay. But then it gets over here to the Kansas border and it weakens up, but it's just a nice heavy rain shower. Had 60 points of rain in the gauge this morning. I'll take that anytime I can get it. So nice rain shower. The thunder and heavy rain woke me up a little bit around 1:30, but that's okay. I was able to get back to sleep. I love the sound of rain. I'll take it anytime I can get it. So, and I was seeing some other reports here this morning. I know we had Raleigh chime in on some of them, but I did see on our Facebook page, and BKS Radio on Facebook, saw we had about 40 points in Oberlin and in Jennings and 55 points northwest of Brewster, and then just only 35 points at the KXXX studios over there in Colby in the rain gauge this morning. But I had 60 in my rain gauge. Had to get a new one. The old one was cracked, and so it was inaccurate. Had to get a new one there, Garrett. Make sure that it worked a little bit better. So anyway, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Friday, can't be better than that, you know?
Big plans for Memorial Day weekend. Besides the Wellbrocks all getting together for Mariners Royals this weekend every night.
Yeah, actually, I'm not even going to see my parents. They're in Alaska right now. So
really?
Yes, they're in Alaska. So I'm actually going to Kansas City to go watch the Sunday game. Got tickets. It's going to be a fun one. Got to rock my Mariners gear out there.
You and the lady going?
Yep, and some friends. Some friends too.
Are you all loading up in one vehicle?
I think we're going to go separately.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Go rent an old Suburban and be trucking it down the I-70. There you go. That's a good time.
That would be.
So mom and dad are they're in Alaska. They take a cruise up there, an Alaskan cruise, or are they just up there exploring the vastness of Alaska just kind of on their own?
Well, mom has work, so she's got a big conference up there. She goes up to Alaska probably twice a year for work. But my dad tagged along, got some vacation time, so
well earned, well deserved.
Exactly. I'm not really sure what they're doing, to be honest. I mean, they're just kind of exploring up there and seeing the land. I hear it's awesome up there, though. I mean, they've been sending pictures and stuff, so it's not your typical vacation where you might hit up the beach, but it's still a cool area. So
do you know what towns they're around? Are they like in Juneau?
They're in the south part. Yeah, they're in the south part, but I'm not sure exactly.
Area? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I went to Fairbanks once, which is in the middle, in the part of March. That was unique. I mean, you talk about being up in the middle of a nowhere. Now, don't get me wrong, Fairbanks is a big town with a lot in it. It has anything you'd need, but you're a long ways from anywhere, and you're not getting there unless you're flying out. Mm-hmm. You're not driving out that time of year. I mean, it's a different lifestyle in Alaska. It's beautiful country. Don't get me wrong, but it's a different lifestyle. I mean, if you're a kid that's starting to drive and stuff like that, and you're in Alaska, you want to learn how to fly first because you can get a lot more places by flying.
That's true. Was the sun out at all when you were down there?
Yes, it was. Okay. Thank goodness. But there is about my wife will correct me on this, but there's like a 2-month span, I think, where it is pretty much pitch black dark up in Fairbanks. That is not for me. Like, I don't mind a gloomy, rainy day, but you put me in pitch black darkness for all, I think I might go nuts.
Yeah.
I might go crazy. So shout out to those people that are up in like Nome and Fairbanks that deal with that from time to time. But then there's also, on the flip side, there's the sun never goes down at some point in time during the summer months. Like I think they play in the Alaskan League. Don't they have like a tournament where they play they just play it consistently for how many? Because the sun's always up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a team in Fairbanks too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I think there's a league up there.
Yeah, it could be. I know there's at least one team in Fairbanks. Maybe there's a whole couple.
Yeah, you're right. There might just be one team in Fairbanks. You're right, but I don't know. It's a fascinating place to be and visit. And I recommend you should go. It's pretty neat and cool. But it is definitely different for sure. Like you'll see a moose just walking down the street in Fairbanks. Big moose. One time they were walking through the Wendy's drive-through. There came a big moose. That's just a typical day for them. All right, let's get rolling here on today's show. FB Bank text line open 785-899-2222. Going to be a nice weekend of weather ahead. Might be a little damp at times. Expecting a little bit of precip today and maybe even Saturday. Not as much, but temperatures are going to warm up here starting today after being a little bit cooler the last couple of days. But we've got some nice weather on tap for a Memorial Day weekend. Speaking of Memorial Day, no show Monday. We will not be in on Monday. We'll be starting up the week on Tuesday here on the Morning Blitz. Today's show, we will get to our picks of the weekend. We'll have some fun with 3 Up, 3 Down in our last segment. Keisha is making more changes to state basketball, and it's fascinating, to say the least. We'll get to that coming up in our big segment. Real quickly, though, got to give a shout-out regional track and field update for you. Yesterday, Colby and Goodland both competed at the 3A Beloit Regional. Solid showings for all teams. You had Colby, I'll start with this. Colby boys had the best showing of anybody. They finished in 5th place in the standings. They are sending 7 events to state. Josiah Hoppy in the high jump, Nathan Cates in the triple jump. Jordan Jones, who's the hurdling king, he's got first in the 110s and first in 300s. He's going back to defend his title in the 300 hurdles. Cody Wright, second in the 100-meter dash. Mr. G.I. Joe himself, Cody Wright. Jason Rush, fourth in the 100, and then the boys 4x4 relay, all going for Colby boys. Colby girls will send 3 events. Brittany Schwartz in the high jump, Corinne Duffy in the pole vault, and then Bailey McCorkle in the long jump. And then Goodland very evenly split. 6 girls events, 6 boys events going to state track. Girls finished in 11th. Boys finished in 9th place in the standings. Girls events going 4x4 relay, 4x1 relay. Libby Cure in the javelin. Malia Chanette in the 100, who, by the way, broke the school record yesterday, 12.44 in the 100 dash. Jasmine Branch going in the 200, and Avery Weibel getting second in the pole vault. She is going to I miswrote that there, but put it in the pole vault for Avery Weibel. She's going to state as a freshman. And then the boys 4x4, boys 4x1 relays going. Roman Mai, 4th in the 800. He qualified. Jackson Miller, 3rd in the long jump. He's on his way to state. So is Jagger Owen, got 4th in the high jump, and Connor Collette, 3rd in the 200 dash. All those events qualifying for state next week. So congratulations to them. Today will be the regionals for 2A and 1A schools. 2A area teams going to Inman. 1A area teams heading to just down the road, Tribune, Greeley County, for a regional track here on this Friday. So just a quick update there. So congratulations to Colby and Goodland athletes and events heading to the state track meet. Notice that Keisha never, as a transition year, they never touched the state track meet. They don't make many tweaks or changes on that. But boy, anything else they have really gotten handsy with the last couple of years, haven't they? Which I transition into state basketball getting altered. News coming out yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like the state track meet is one of those things. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's been a great tournament. I mean, what is it? It's the biggest state track tournament in the whole country, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, biggest state track meet in the country. Yes.
Yes. So I mean, it's a great meet. I've only been once to the track meet. And that was when I was playing baseball at X Stadium right next to it. But
you've walked right over.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a really cool event, and I think anybody should go if you haven't been.
Been a couple times. It's a lot of fun. They don't mess with state track, which I find interesting. They might make a few minor tweaks when it comes to qualifying time, if there's a tie or something like that. But it's interesting to say the least. They do not tweak it very much. They've got a format that works. And I kind of thought that was the case for state basketball for a long time and other things. But news came down yesterday that Keisha is going to be making changes to the state basketball tournament again. They're going to now start. This is starting in 2028. So we have another year coming up here where we're going to see, once again, you play a regional like you did this year. Your teams get seeded the way they are. You play a regional. And then if you win your regional, you qualify for the state tournament. The first round of the state tournament will still be held at a random site somewhere in the state, depending upon, and it's all based upon distance between schools and a center meeting point. And, and then if the team with the better record doesn't have to go as far, even though that's not really true in some cases. But yes, that's what it's looking like at this point in time. And then of course they're going to play the semifinals and finals across multiple different sites around the state here in 2027. But in 2028, changes are coming to state basketball, as they are now going to have the semifinal and final sites will all be in the Wichita area. They'll either be played at Koch Arena, which is Wichita State's arena there, the Heartland Federal Credit Union Arena in Park City, or the Garvey Center and Friends. Are going to host semifinal and final games across 6 classifications for boys and girls in Wichita. Only the 2A boys and girls tournaments, why 2A I don't know, will be played at the Hutchinson Sports Arena, which, by the way, I do believe is the best state tournament site for state basketball. The arena size is perfect. It creates a great atmosphere. But that's where 2A is going to be played at Hutch, and that's the only one. But it'll be the first time since 1945 that all state championship games are been this close in proximity. And I think the biggest reason that they're doing this is because they are wanting fans to have the opportunity to take in multiple classes and sessions of a state tournament without extensive travel between championship venues. What are your thoughts on this idea from Cation?
I mean, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, I don't really understand it, because I think it was just like what we talked about state track. It was, you had something going that was really good. Why change it? I mean, I loved the different locations where, you'd have some games in Emporia, some in Hutchinson. You had the 6A was still at Wichita, but it was all spread out, and I really like that. And now it's just going to feel really, really odd. I mean, I can only imagine trying to find hotels during that time of the year. It's going to be a madhouse, trying to find lodging. But, just like I feel like some of those spots, like if you're playing a state tournament game at Friends, like Friends is not that special of a gym, it's just bleachers on each side. Like you might as well just play it at a home site at that point. I mean, it's just it's not going to feel like the state tournament. And it's still where, it felt like something was special when the 8 teams were at one city, one site, playing for the state championship. Now only 4 get to go. And it's kind of unfortunate that that's where they want to go. And I don't get why they think, like, if you're a parent or a fan of a 1A or 2A school, do you really care about what's going on at the 5A, 6A level? I mean, that's where I keep coming from. It's like, and the same thing goes for the higher classifications. They're not going to go watch the games for the 1A and 2A unless you love basketball and you love the game. Most people just don't really care.
I'm so glad that you're on this side, because I'm going to sit here and say that this is actually something that Keisha is doing that I can get behind to an extent. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to get on my soapbox here. In my opinion, the state to the north does a way better job with their state basketball tournaments than Kansas does. Nebraska has, now, I'm not saying Kansas has students, but Nebraska does it differently a little bit. They split the boys and the girls championship weekends up. They play the girls one weekend, and then the following weekend, the boys state tournament. All classifications and all the teams that qualify go to Lincoln to play in the state tournament. That includes the quarterfinal round, not just semifinals and finals like this change is seen. So they do it all there in Lincoln. Now, they will be playing the first round in some pretty big gymnasiums there in the biggest classification gyms, some of the nicer ones in Lincoln. All the semifinals are either played in Pinnacle Bank Arena, where Nebraska, where the Huskers play, or in the Bob Devaney Sports Center, where the volleyball team is. That's where all either semifinals or finals are played, and third place games. And so every step you take, it feels like the game gets bigger because the arena gets a little bit bigger. And the ultimate capper to me is they play every single championship game back to back to back to back to back to back on Saturday, and they play it all at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And they all get televised on the what would be like your NET, but it's a really high quality broadcast put on there by Nebraska's what is Nebraska Public Media? It's not Nebraska Public Media. I forget what it is now, but it used to be NET. But it's a really high quality HD, phenomenally broadcast show that they put on, and it's wonderful. Whereas on the flip side, in Kansas, you can't do that because now you've got stuff in multiple sites. You can't combine all your efforts into one. And so you don't get to showcase that. So that's kind of an area where I'm kind of behind this idea a little bit. But one area that I would say that I think it would be interesting is you talked about why would 1A people want to watch the 5A or 6A? Here's my thought. When I was growing up, I kind of went to what would be considered a 1A school. But when we went to the state tournament, it was fun to go watch the 5A and 6A, particularly the guys and the girls that were going to go play at the next level, because we didn't have that kind of talent in our school. So can you imagine getting to go watch like Perry Ellis, who was going to go play at KU, or get to go watch whoever else it might be? That's cool to get to go see these guys or girls in person and play and be able to watch them in person in the state tournament. That's one area where I can get behind this. I kind of like this idea. I wish they would do all rounds of the state tournament, all in Wichita, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. There's enough high school gyms around there to get the quarterfinals played in. And I do believe there's enough hotels in Wichita to do this. I believe there's enough. And then I also believe the other thing is every single state championship game, boys and girls, no matter what the classification, is played inside Koch Arena. I know it creates a massive headache, particularly when it comes to scheduling, but I think that's how it should be. And I'm okay. So this is a step in the right direction towards that. But I will agree with you on the Friends University thing. If you're playing state finals in the Friends University arena, that is not big time at all.
No, I mean, there's so many high school gyms that are better than the Friends gym. It's just pull out bleachers on each side. That's not going to feel like a state tournament game whatsoever. And I wish it would have been everything at Koch, or like championship games at Koch. Now, like, not to say that Hutchinson isn't a great facility. No, and honestly, the Heartland Center out in Park City, that's a nice place too. But it would be cool to have all the state championships at one spot too.
Well, like you said. Think about it. You've got everything you need at Koch Arena to put on a great looking state. All the kids get to play in this big time arena that they watch on TV. Awesome. You have all the media set up that you need to have it covered, whether it be television or radio or whatever. You have the media because they host Division I games there all the time. You've got the stuff you need. You have the infrastructure. Why not just do it all there? Now, once again, the logistics are you can't play. How many classifications are there in Kansas? 7. You can't play 7 basketball games back to back to back to back to back, in the course of a day, which would truly be 14 because you got boys and girls. You can't do that. You're going to have to split it somehow. But I don't know. Yeah, I can't imagine going and, you're going to the state championship game. You're playing at Friends Arena. I cannot imagine that. Oh, that does not feel very big time at all. But
I also heard some rumors about them possibly getting rid of the third place game. I don't know how true that is, but that's been some stir up in the air. I've keep seeing.
Really,
it's one of those things. Do you really want? I mean, a third place, yes, you get a medal and a trophy if you get third, compared to not winning the third place game at fourth. But I've heard it's just both teams that lose in the semifinals, they both get third. Ultimately.
No, let's quit this society of ties. I don't want ties. Don't do this crap to me. No. If this is true, here's the thing. When I was playing in Nebraska, we didn't have a third place game. Season was over when it got over. And guess what? You didn't get third place. It was you didn't win state or finish runner up. That's what it was. And that's how it should be. So if you're going to cancel the third place game, I guess fine. I don't get why you do that though. Because I think, in my mind, the way they have it now is perfectly fine. Because if you look at it, if you're able to get a win in the first round, then you've guaranteed yourself 2 more games, no matter what it may be, no matter what sport it is. You're guaranteeing yourself 2 more games, whether you're playing for a state championship or a third place game. And they should not do this. And if they are, they're just looking for ways to cut. They're looking for ways to save money, apparently. And I don't know how much they're going to save on that, but whatever. I don't know. If that's the case, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I have not seen anything like that or heard anything about that. But like I said, they're going to change the state basketball sites for 2028. And I'm not totally against the idea of how they're going about it. I think they need to do a few more steps to kind of make it feel more big time. in my opinion. And you're talking about hotels and stuff. A lot of the 6A, 5A, and 4A schools, a majority, not all of them, but a good number of them, they're going to be able to stay at home. They're not have to go to the, they're not going to have to go get a hotel, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's part of the deal. I don't know. I find it fascinating. I'm curious. I've had some people around here say, that was their one big thing was about, man, playing state tournament at Friends University. What are we doing? There's stuff like that going on. But yeah, it's interesting to say the very least. Like I said, I like the idea of some of this stuff. I really do. I kind of like this idea. Now, they still don't have the quarter. They're still going to be playing quarterfinal games at random spots around the state, which I kind of liken it to almost like Hoosiers. You've seen the movie Hoosiers, right?
Yes.
They didn't play the big game in the bigger why can't I think of it? What's Butler Arena's called? Dang, Hinkle Fieldhouse. They didn't play the big game in Hinkle Fieldhouse until, the championship game. So it kind of got bigger and bigger. I'm kind of coming around to this. The only thing I wish is there was a arena in the northwest side of the state. I'd feel so much better. But there's just not. The closest one is Salina.
I'm surprised they don't play at the Colby Event Center. That kind of surprises me a little bit. That's brand new.
It is because there is a rule in there that says a high school arena, a arena used for a high school team is not sufficient enough or does not qualify. That's why the brand new Hayes High Arena, which is brand spanking new and gorgeous, and it would be plenty good, but they won't allow it because it's a high school arena. I think they need to get rid of that little guideline rule.
Yeah, I mean,
college good big arenas.
The college teams play. I mean, Colby JUCO plays there. It's not like it's only used for the high school, and that's crazy to talk. It's not the Colby High School gym. It's the Colby Event Center for a reason.
Right.
So yeah, that's.
I said, I think they need to make that change so that there can be at least one spot in Northwest Kansas. Every other quadrant of the state is okay because even Dodge City qualifies for Southwest Kansas, but there's nothing in Northwest Kansas. Nothing. Salina is not Northwest Kansas. It is North Central Kansas. You need to have one arena. I don't care if it's in Hayes. I don't care if it's in Colby. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's the Max Jones Fieldhouse in Goodland. I don't care. Put a spot in Northwest Kansas where you can have a first round game and teams out here that are really, really good don't have to drive very far for the first round. That's what I would like to see. So, but once again, back to the original point, I'm okay with this idea of everything being a state, but I still think they need to push a little further. All state championship games need to be played at Coke Arena. Make it big time. I think that'd be really, really cool. We'll see. And who knows, by the next time when we talk about this topic, something else will change for 2029. Probably.
Yeah. They're gonna keep changing stuff, it seems, right now.
Man, crazy. All right. As we continue on here on the Morning Blitz, it's 7:34 Mountain, 8:34 Central Time. FA Bank text line is open at 785-899-2222. Let's see here. Officer Jared chiming in about our conversation about Alaska. He says he's going to take care of the beach part for your folks. He's going to go to Florida on Wednesday, so he'll go do the beach part there. Oh, hey, how about this? We have a little addition of Dear Ross and Garrett here. Dear Ross and Garrett, what's better, Alaska scenery or Florida beaches?
A good question. I'm team Florida all the way. I would rather sit on a beach than go tour, the mountains and whatnot. And trust me, I understand that that's like a destination for some people, but I am more of a beach guy myself.
I don't have a problem with either, but I'm actually going to go with the Alaska scenery for the simple fact that I get sunburnt very easily. So the beaches are trouble for me. So we'll just keep it simple. I know there's something about, I've always said, I was talking with someone yesterday about this, and I said, people can have their beach house and their ocean house. That's fine. They can have that. If I'm buying a house someplace else, put me on a river. I want to be next to flowing water.
There you go.
Put me in the river in the mountains. I'd be fine with that in Alaska. I could handle it.
I had never been to the ocean until like last winter. I went to Hawaii with the family, and
Nice.
That changed everything. Now I'm a pro beach.
I've never been to Hawaii. I mean, I've been to the West Coast. I've been to the East Coast. I've been to Key West, Florida. I've been to some beach spots. Never been to Hawaii. That's a goal to get there at some point in time. But yeah, I'm sure that probably does change it. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anything against the Alaska scenery though. It's beautiful, and I can get behind that. I'm not going to complain if you're going to send me there on a vacation for free, and I got the time. I'm in. Sign me up.
Yep.
We'll go wherever. All right, let's get to break. When we come back, picks of the weekend coming up next here on a Friday edition of the Morning Blitz.
Are pests making your home or business uncomfortable? Call Pestaway in Goodland, Kansas, serving all of Northwest Kansas. They provide top-notch pest control services to keep your space safe and pest-free. From ants to rodents, termites to spiders, our expert team is here to help with effective, safe, and affordable pest control solutions. Don't wait. Call Pestaway today at 785-728-7166 for fast, reliable service. Your home or business deserves the best protection.
Summer starts with savings at Hurl Chevrolet GMC. Right now, get 1.9% financing for 36 months on the 26 GMC Acadia. Drive home a 2026 GMC Sierra at $1,500 with 0% for 36 months, 2.9% for 72 months, or up to $7,000 in rebates. Plus, get $1,000 in rebates on the 2026 GMC Sierra 2500. Summer deals won't last forever. Hurry into Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland today or shop online anytime at hurlchev.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
It's time for a check of the markets with the Anderson Trade Group on the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network.
Good morning. This is Kate Thompson with Skyland Grain. Today is Friday, May 22nd. Grains firmer to mixed on the overnight. July corn higher a quarter at $4.63. December up a quarter at $4.86. March 27 up 3/4 at $5. July soybeans up 5 cents at $11.98.5. September up 4.5 at $11.83. November up 3 3/4 at $11.90 1/4. Kansas City wheat July contract lower a quarter cent at $6.86 3/4. December hard wheat unchanged at $7.13 1/4. March 27 down a quarter at $7.24 1/4. Chicago wheat the July contract lower half cent at $6.47 1/4. December soft wheat down a half cent at $6.80 1/2. On the stock market this morning, the Dow up $394 at 50,773. The S&P up 32 at 7,498. The Nasdaq up 117 at 29,564. Gold lower $16 an ounce at 4,526. Crude oil up 20 cents a barrel at 96.55. If you have questions about marketing grain or would like to talk about risk management options, give our Colorado office a call. John Hankey or John Stiles at 970-744-4484. You can call our Kansas City office, Tyler Dosch, Tom Saluda, or Jared Law at 913-748-3000, or our Ulysses, Kansas office, Cindy Warner, Austin Wright, or myself, Kate Thompson, at 602-356-7800.
The Anderson Trade Group, proud market partners with Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio. Find out more at andersongrain.com. The risk of loss through trading futures and or options is substantial, and each investor or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated, is not indicative of future results. The Anderson Trade Group has no guarantee that the advice given will result in profitable trades.
At Thrasher Foundation Repair, we promise you an experience so remarkable, you'll want to leave us a 5-star review. From wet basements to bowing walls, sinking concrete to nasty crawl spaces, whatever your home's facing, you can count on Thrasher to fix it right. With over 34,000 5-star reviews and 50 years as a local family-owned company, Thrasher is a name homeowners trust. Schedule your free home inspection today at gothrasher.com.
Ingenia herbicide is back, and it brings the most weed-fighting power per ounce. So weeds like water hemp, kochia, and morning glory don't stand a chance. Plus, an easy calculation of 1 gallon per 10 acres makes the complicated simple, so you can get into the field sooner. No matter your season, no matter your operation, Ingenia herbicide is built for the way you farm. That's power, made practical. Always read and follow label directions. Ingenia herbicide is a U.S. EPA restricted use pesticide.
Quick hits, bold takes, and all the action.
I'll take that action.
Welcome back to the Morning Blitz.
20 minutes till the top of the hour on a Friday. Once again, last show of the week and no show till Tuesday off for Memorial Day. Garrett's heading east to watch his beloved Mariners stomp the Royals, who, by the way, had the night off last night. And so, they've lost 9 of their last 10. Come on.
I know, but it was kind of the same thing a couple weeks ago, and the Royals sweep the Mariners. So I'm a little nervous. A little nervous,
huh? Is the big dumper going to get back? Is he playing again, or is he still out with injury?
Still on the IL. Yeah, it's like his oblique or something. Just, he tried to play on it. I think he was trying to come back so quick. He comes back. He was awful. He was like 0 for 38 or something. It was just crazy. And then, he got a couple of hits and then landed back on the IL the next day. And he was just trying to play it through an injury, and he probably made it worse.
Yeah, so the Royals had the day off yesterday. They're back at home at the K this weekend. 3 games against the Mariners. They've lost 9 of 10. By the way, you listen to Royals baseball all weekend long, AM 790 KXXX. Mentioned right off the top of the show, Rockies walked off by my Diamondbacks 2-1 last night. Corbin Carroll, the RBI single the ninth to get the win. In game 2 of that 4-game series is tonight down there in the Valley of the Sun. And then quick upset. Speaking of the Valley of the Sun, that's where Kansas and Kansas State baseball have been playing and surprise Arizona. Kansas baseball, things got a little dicey there for KU. They were up big on Baylor. The Bears, led by Mitch Thompson, former Goodland High School grad. Fun fact, Mitch Thompson, the skipper for the Baylor Bears, graduated from Goodland High. He had his team come storming back, and unfortunately, came up just a little bit short as a walk-off solo homer in the bottom of the 10th by Savion Flowers propels Kansas to the semifinals against Oklahoma State today. In K-State baseball, they were shut down by West Virginia pitching. I'm telling you, West Virginia is a team to watch in regional and super regionals. They've got a lot of good things going, particularly pitching-wise. They held the Wildcat Bats to just 4 hits and struck them out 12 times in a 4-2 loss for K-State to West Virginia. KSU 30-27 overall. I'm pretty sure they're on the outside looking in for a regional. Regional action. I just don't think they're going to make it.
No, if there was an NIT for baseball, you could probably count them in. But
I think their RPI is like 53, 52, which it just seems like that's a little too far out. I just don't think that record is. I just don't think 30-27 is going to get you into a regional.
No.
So I think the season is over for Kansas State. But Pete Hughes did get a contract extension, it sounds like. And so he'll be back again for the next couple of years. Another quick news and notes. New York Knicks beat 109-93 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last night they're up 2-0 in the series. Josh Hart, huge game, playoff career high, 26 points for him. And don't forget tonight, you've got Colorado Avalanche and the Las Vegas Golden Knights at Ball Arena, game 2 of the Western Conference Finals in hockey. So there you go. A quick little other sports update. Let's get to it. Our picks of the weekend. All right, we're doing things a little differently. At least Garrett said he's going to throw us for a little curveball today. So let's see what he's got.
Yep, that's coming up here at the end. But let's start with what we've been doing pretty consistently. We'll start with the NBA. We've got 3 games this weekend, games 3 and 4 in the Western Conference Finals, and then just game 3 on the Eastern Conference Finals. So we'll start with the West. Who you got in games 3 and 4? You could split it too. You could go 1-1. It's up to you.
That's true. Let's see here. So we're already split 1-1, and the series is now back to San Antonio, right, for the next 2 games?
Yes.
I am going to go 1-1. I'm going to say Spurs win game 3, Thunder take game 4.
You know, I would probably have to agree with you, but I don't want to. So I'm going to go with OKC. I cannot pick against the Thunder.
A sweep here on the road?
Yes, I'm going to go with the sweep on the road. You know, that's just my fan inside of me, though. Right. I probably, as a realist, I think it's going to be hard to do that. But
that's all right. I appreciate your fandom coming out. Please have it more.
Yeah. All right, game 3 then in the Eastern side, the Knicks and the Cavs. Kind of surprising. The Knicks already up 2-0.
Man, this is hard. I tell you what, I'm going to go weird here. I'm going Knicks to go up 3-0.
No, I'm kind of with you. I kind of feel like they're a team of destiny right now. They are the best team in the East, and the Cavs had no answer yesterday.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with. I think I'm going Knicks on the road.
Got one MLB pick. Of course, the Mariners Royals. I'll be there. Who you got?
In the series, right?
Yes, it's a best of 3.
I'm going with your boys. I'm riding with the Tridents. Come on now. The Royals have lost 10-9. They can't score runs. And isn't Mariners pitching usually pretty good? I mean, I think it is again this year.
Yeah.
Give me the Mariners to take this series. 2 out of 3. I'll say the Royals in the get 1, but it's the win.
Yeah, I'm going Mariners too. Hopefully they can take the game that I'm at. I'll be at the Sunday game, so if anybody's out there, come say hi. But yeah,
there you go.
Mariners, Royals. I got the Mariners. Let's switch over to the hockey side. NHL game 2 tonight. You just mentioned it. The Las Vegas Golden Knights at the Avalanche.
Golly, you have to bounce back if you're Colorado, right? You have to. You can't go down 2-0 and be at your home arena. You gotta get this. Cale Makar or not, you need this win. I got to think they're going to be extra juiced to try and get this win. If they don't, it's bad news Bears going to Vegas.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I got to go Colorado as well. It seems like it's do or die. And all these teams, whenever you're the top seed, it feels like when you lose that first game, you always have a good bounce back. I'll take the Avs in this one. And honestly, I think the Avs, I thought this series was going to be over in like 5 or 6 games. Now it might be pushing 7 just from that loss, but who knows? Still a long way.
We'll see. Yeah. No. I think the Avs got to do it.
Yeah.
Put a wood between the pipes. Let's see what happens.
Do they even have any other options? They have to.
I don't think so. It's the Blackwood or Wedgwood.
All right, so since there's so many college baseball games this weekend, we're going to switch out the picks a little bit. We're not just going to go game by game. We've got 4 of the Power 4 conferences, of course, the SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC. And we're gonna pick one team and as the winner of the conference tournament, see who you got winning the rest of the way. Semifinals start today in most of the conferences. Some are still in the quarters, but yes.
So I have a question on this. So if we pick a team and they don't win it, is that a loss for us in the record, or if it's or is it just a non-waiver? Is it like a bonus? Well, if you pick it out of these final 8 teams or 8 teams going into the weekend, you pick it, you get a point. How do you want to score this?
We will just count it as just a point, no loss.
I say we have fun with it. If you get it right, you get 2 points. 2 points. Okay. 2 points if you pick the champion of the tournament right. I think I'm fair with that.
Yeah, we can just scratch the losses in general. You can just go down, keep the point total going for this sake.
Okay, so I'm okay with the losses for the previous ones, but if we're talking tournaments, because we're picking one team out of 8 in most scenarios, if you get it right, you get 2 points for the correct. If you pick the champion of the tournament correct.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
What's our first conference?
We'll start with the SEC.
Okay, I got to rack my brain on who's all left because this has been going on since Tuesday in the SEC. I tell you, I watched Georgia play yesterday, and boy, they are just absolutely pounding people. So give me the Dogs. I'm going to take Georgia in the SEC to win the tournament.
Georgia's playing Florida today.
Ooh, they had a huge game against. Boy, they smacked Bama, did Florida.
And they've looked really good. And so I'm actually going to go with the upset and go with Florida to knock them off. 5-seeded Florida, and then whoever they get in the championship, they'll take that high and go and win the SEC tournament. I got Florida. You got Georgia. Let's move on to the Big 10.
I can't go against the Big Red, baby. I've been there to see it. They play in Omaha. The crowd tonight is going to be electric against Michigan. It's going to be the biggest crowd of the tournament to start since it started, I should say. It will get bigger if they keep winning. I know UCLA is probably waiting at the end of the rainbow, but give me the Big Red to win it all in Omaha. There's my Phantom coming out. But
I like that.
I'm taking them because I've been there. They've won it back-to-back years. Why not go for the trifecta?
Yeah. I like that. I'll go 3-peat Nebraska. It'll probably be Nebraska, UCLA in the championship, which will be an amazing game because you got to think that's basically a road game for UCLA. And I like the Huskers. Let's go with them.
Yes. So Nebraska takes on Michigan. Michigan played Ohio State in one of those games to face Nebraska last night. both pitchers threw over 120 pitches in complete gamers. One got the win, one got the loss. Tough break for Ohio State. All right, what do we got next?
Big 12.
Big 12. All right. Kansas is in there. Who's still left in there? Kansas, Arizona State, Okie State. Who's the one I'm missing?
West Virginia.
Westphal. Ooh. Country Roads, take me home. West Virginia.
That's a tough one to disagree with, but I'm actually gonna go Oklahoma State.
Oh.
I think they upset KU tonight. KU, that was not a pretty finish for that game at Baylor, and they've also been. I mean, they've been scuffling a little bit down the stretch here. KU has. I think Oklahoma State gets them, and then they beat West Virginia in the championship.
I can get behind that. I don't mind that logic. Plenty good. But give me Country Roads to win it all. That pitching staff is really good for West.
Yes, it is. And then the final conference and the final pick, we have the ACC.
So the teams left, I pulled up the bracket. You've got Georgia Tech and Miami. They will play today in kind of a championship semifinal. In the losers bracket, you've got quarterfinal games. North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Florida State, and Pitt. So those are the what, 6 teams that you have remaining in this? I can't go against Georgia Tech. Golly, they've played so good all year long. They're the number 2 team in the country, and they stomped Virginia in their first game, and they're going to be one of the most rested teams, even though North Carolina and Florida State play for the first time here today, this morning and this afternoon. But give me Jackets. I'm going to take Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I'm going to go Georgia Tech as well. I haven't really picked a favorite yet in these 4 conferences. So I'll take the number 1 seed Georgia Tech. They are so tough to beat, and they just hit homers. They can mash. I'll take the Yellow Jackets in that. So that's all I got for the picks of the weekend. But it'll be those will be worth 2 points. It'll be fun.
I love it. I think it's great. If you pick your conference champion, right? So like I picked West Virginia, or you pick Georgia Tech, we'll get 2 points if you get that. If they go on and win the whole thing, I like it. Could be interesting to see what happens there. A fun time in the sports world. I love watching college baseball and stuff. And heck, Nebraska softball was supposed to play last night in the Supers against Oklahoma State. They played an inning and a third. Rain delay on to Friday.
That's the best time of the year for I love turning on obviously March Madness is still better than this.
That's pinnacle. Yes.
But this is top tier as well, because you can just turn the TV on at 11 a.m. or whatever, 10 a.m. and you've got something on. You've got some college baseball, especially when regionals get here, because regionals, that's more nationally televised than these conference tournaments.
Quad box, baby. Get your quad box up for regional baseball. That's what you got to do. All right, we're going to take a break. 7:54 here in the Mountain Times on 8:54 Central Time. We'll come back after the break, and we will have our 3 Up, 3 Down to wrap up this week here on the Blitz.
The Burlington Home Store has a yard work center. They're your garden center, everything you need. Home construction and repair, plus a great line of cleaning supplies and appliances for your home. Burlington Home Store, your full-service lumber yard. You'll need hand and power tools, too. They've got them by your windows, storm doors, screens, maybe even a barbecue grill. All at your Burlington Home Store, West Burlington. And the staff knows how to help you, and they will, too, at the Burlington Home Store.
Farmers and ranchers, are you looking to build better yields from the ground up? Fed and Happy's all-natural worm castings and compost extracts restore soil health, improve water retention, and boost crop performance without synthetic inputs. Whether it's dry land, irrigated crops, or pasture, get the microbe that yields everywhere in your operations and life. Join the soil health revolution. Visit fedandhappy.com or call 833-GO-WORMS. That's 833-GO-WORMS. Fed and Happy. Feed your soil. Grow your success.
When your fence is falling down, your water line won't cooperate, or your equipment cracks at the worst possible time, don't just aim anywhere. Hit the mark with Bullseye Services. From all types of fencing to water tanks and water lines to quality welding work, Bullseye Services gets the job done right the first time. Serving farms, ranches, homes, and businesses with dependable work you can count on. Find out more at bullseyeservicesks.com. Aim for the best with Bullseye Services. Hitting the mark every time.
Your Cheyenne County Hospital in St. Francis offers you a quality rehabilitation department. This includes a variety of staff that provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, speech therapy, and women's health. To schedule appointment, call 785-332-2104. Again, that's 785-332-2104. The Cheyenne County Hospital on 210 West Street in St. Francis.
Want the latest devices and great service? You'll find both at Next Tech Wireless. Right now, when you bring your number to us, you can get unlimited data plus the iPhone 17 for as low as $25 a month. That's the phone you want, the coverage you need, and the price that fits your budget. Why pay more somewhere else? Make the switch, keep your number, and start saving today. Next Tech Wireless, 20 years of connecting Kansans.
This Memorial Day, it's time to sit back, stretch out, and save big at Office Works and Home Furnishings in Colby. Right now, everything Lazy Boy is on sale, so you can finally claim the comfiest seat in the house. And with new Serta mattress models arriving soon, you can score great deals on the Serta mattresses currently in stock. Ready to upgrade your floors too? Office Works has a great selection of flooring, including carpet and luxury vinyl tile, ready to go. Celebrate Memorial Day with savings at Office Works and Home Furnishings in Colby.
You're listening to the High Plains only local sports talk show.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The Morning Blitz.
All right, just a few minutes left to go in today's program. Oh, I forgot to get to this. I have to get to this because I just saw it this morning. Been waiting to see what the state baseball quarterfinals and state baseball softball quarterfinals are going to look like for Colby. Saw that came out here early this morning. We'll start with softball. The Lady Eagles of Colby earned the 6th seed at 21-6. They will play the 3 seed Silver Lake at 25-4. That'll be Monday at 5 o'clock Central Time at Salina South High School is where that game is going to be played for the Colby Lady Eagles. They take on Silver Lake. That is a very tough draw. Silver Lake is very good. And then for baseball, the Colby boys, they are the 5 seed at 22-5, and they play Russell Victoria at 22-5 in the 4-5 game. That will be in Salina at Dean Evans, 1:15. Once again, you've got two teams pretty much driving together down I-70 to go play a game when they could have played at Hayes.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah, that's the thing too. You know, I understand where Hayes doesn't want to play the basketball because the women's team here at Fort Hayes has been really good. You know, they've hosted some regionals, but for the baseball field, even if the baseball team hosted a super regional and regionals, that's over now. Like that's this weekend. They could easily host a state game, like at least for the quarterfinals. You know, if you don't want to host the whole thing, that's fine. But the quarterfinals, yeah.
Yes, I don't get it. But that's Russell Victoria Colby. By the way, they met earlier in the year, a pretty competitive series, but Russell Victoria got the sweep of the Eagles. We'll see if Game 3 goes Colby's way or not. So there you go. That's all on Monday. Once again, Colby boys will play, baseball team will play at 1:15 there in Salina. So then you can make the short trip down south to Salina South High School, watch softball team play. It'll work great for Colby fans on that. And by the way, semifinals held Wednesday, still scheduled for Hoagland Park there at KU is where they're going to play those on Wednesday. All right, let's get to 3 up, 3 down, and we will get out of here.
3 questions.
Let me ask you something.
3 answers.
Answer the question.
It's 3 up, 3 down on the Morning Blitz.
All right, show me your speed, as I tell my middle son how fast we can go. First question.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, go ahead. Kick me off.
All right. What is your greatest memory in your sports broadcasting career?
Oh, man. I mean, okay, honestly, this kind of goes to state baseball. One of my fondest memories is getting to cover Goodland Cowboy baseball at Toynton back-to-back years. I'm all about like broadcast facilities, and that was one of the pinnacles. And so to be in one of those booths and call a game and have it all, I mean, that was pretty sweet. Cause I would love to do that, you know, later on in my career would be to call stuff from like those type of places. So probably state baseball covering Goodland at Toynton Family Stadium. That's up there for sure. All right. First question here. Lots of stuff on the text line about this, and I was going to get to this, but the surprising death yesterday in Kyle Busch passing away there from NASCAR. Is there a sports death that shocked you or stands out to you that you remember?
I mean, Kobe Bryant for sure. That's one I still remember where I was at that time, and that was a crazy one, just the
That
impact.
would be a shock.
I think everybody that's one death that everyone kind of knows where they were.
Yep. I don't know. This Bush one, it feels like almost it's kind of one of the next ones since then. There's a lot of people in shock about Kyle Busch passing away at 41, which it is pretty darn young, and due to just a really bad illness, which is even crazier. All right, next question on 3 Up, 3 Down.
What's a sports take that you have that you are willing to die on a hill for?
Oh my gosh. That college sports were better before NIL and transfer portal. Oh, I will die on the transfer portal NIL hill. I don't care if you want to get paid some money, but the amount of if they want to keep it tiered, and the transfer portal has destroyed college athletics. They have destroyed it. I will die on that hill. No doubt about it. Transfer portal NIL, I will die on that. Hate that stuff. Hate it. I'll die on it. 3 Up, 3 Down here. Best live in-person sports event you've been to in your life, or best memory. In person. Not watching it on television. You got to be in person.
Golly. I went to a Royals game actually in I think it was like 2013. I think it was the year before they made the postseason. And it was when the Tigers were really good. And it was Justin Verlander versus James Shields starting. And it was late in the year. You knew that was going to be a big start. And the Royals were down 2-0 in the 9th inning. And then Lorenzo Cain hit a 2-run shot to tie it at 2. Royals end up walking off in the 10th. That was probably the best baseball game I think I've ever been to. Just that was when the Royals were rocking, so the crowd was electric. That was a fun game.
I can understand that entirely. All right, final question on 3 Up, 3 Down.
My final question is, if you could master any hobby or skill outside of completely non-sports related, what is something you would pick?
I want to be a pilot. I want to fly my own plane. There. I'd love to do that. I think it'd be so handy. Yeah. I'm going to fly somewhere today. Thanks. Going to go fly. Now, that takes a lot of money to do that as well. So I'd have to have the bankroll behind it, but I'd love to learn how to fly. It'd be great. All right, final question. Memorial Day weekend is upon us. Hamburgers or hot dogs on Memorial Day weekend?
I would love to pick both, but I'm assuming the question is one or the other.
Yeah,
I'll go hamburgers. Hamburgers.
Okay. Hamburgers.
Hot dogs, you don't necessarily know what completely is in a hot dog.
Valid point. A very valid point for sure. All right, there you go. That is 3 Up, 3 Down here on the Morning Blitz. We got to get out of here. We don't even have time for the walk-off. So for Garrett Wellbrock, I'm Ross Volkmer. Thanks again for listening. Have a great weekend, a safe and fun Memorial Day. We'll see you on Tuesday. It's been the Blitz.